Like, here comes Mental Health Act. The Indian Mental Health Act was drafted by the Parliament in 1987, but it came into effect in all states and union territories of India in April 1993. So here, the Mental Health Act was drafted by the Parliament in 1987, but it came to effect into all the states and union territories in India in April 1993. Okay, then these Mental Health Act again was replaced by the Indian Lunacy Act of 1912. Okay, here 1987 the Mental Health Act was drafted by the Parliament, and after to come into effect in all states and all union territories of India in 1983. Later on, these Mental Health Act also replaces by the Indian Lunacy Act in 1912. Reasons for enactment. Okay, what do you mean by enactment? Means passing legislations. Okay, legislations means law. Okay, so reasons for enactment is, here the attitude of the society towards the mentally ill has changed considerably, and it is now realized that no stigma should be attached to such illness, as it is curable practically when diagnosed at an early stage. Thus, the mentally ill individual should be treated like any other sick persons, and the environment around them made as normal as possible. Here, for why? What is the reason to take a legislation or to take a lawful act? Okay, what is the reason for passing a law? Means here, because the previously the people, you when the mentally ill people have, when the society sees, or when the society when the mental ill patients are present in the society or a particular community, everybody used to have a negative impression, means stigma, disgrace towards the mentally ill patient. It has been there previously, but to change to change that type of attitude towards the society and all, even that these legislations also has been established. Okay, to change it. So after establishment of these legislations, lawful process and all, even now they have realized that no stigma should be attached to such illness, and the mental illness also can be curable and practically when diagnosed at any early stage. When we diagnose the patient early stages, even we can cure the mental ill patients. Thus, the mentally ill individual should be treated like any other sick persons, like other medical disorder patients. How we are treating physical disorder patients, likewise only even we are supposed to treat a mental ill patient also, and the environment around them also made as normal as possible. Okay, then the reason, even the reason for enactment, even continuation. Here, the experience of working of the Indian Lunacy Act 1912 has revealed that it has become outmoded with rapid advancement of medical science and the understanding of nature of malady in the sense it is disease. Okay, nature of the disease. It has therefore become necessary to make fresh legislation in accordance with a new approach. Here, the experience of working of the Indian Lunacy Act, when the Lunacy Act has been started, when the Lunacy Act has produced this enactment and legislation, lawful legislations and all, even by working on that, by experiencing on that, even this Lunacy Act also 1912 it revealed that, so okay, this due to rapid advancement of medical science, even we can understand the nature of the disease of the mental ill patient. So therefore we'll have a necessary to make fresh legislations in according with the new approach. What are the objectives of Mental Health Act? Here the objectives of Mental Health Act is, first one is to regulate admission into psychiatric hospitals and psychiatric nursing homes. The first objective is we need to regulate the admission into psychiatric hospitals and psychiatric nursing homes, and we need to protect the society from the presence of mentally ill person, and to protect citizens from being detained in psychiatric hospitals or nursing homes without any sufficient cause. Then to regulate maintenance changes of psychiatric hospitals or nursing home, then we need to provide some facilities for establishing guardianship of mentally ill persons who are incapable of managing their own affairs. If the patient is unable to, if the mentally ill person is unable to manage their own activities and all, even we can facilitate one guardianship for them. To establish central and state authorities for mental health services. Even we can establish some central and state authorities also for mental health services. Even we need to regulate some maintenance charges also for psychiatric hospital, nursing homes. Even we to regulate the powers of the government for establishing license and controlling psychiatric hospitals or nursing homes. Even we need to take a consent. We need to all the nursing homes or psychiatric hospital should be licensed with the government, a particular government of government, a particular government, they should have a license, okay, to and controlling psychiatric hospitals or nursing homes, that to provide legal aid to mental ill persons at state expense in certain cases. Even we need to provide some legal aids also for mentally ill patients and all at a state expense in a certain cases. The salient features of the act. What are the salient features of the act is, the act is divided into 10 chapters consisting of 98 sections. Okay? Till far we have seen Mental Health Act and Lunacy, Indian Lunacy Act, then objectives also of Mental Health Act also we have seen. Now we'll move on to the salient features of the act. What are the salient features? In the sense, the act was divided into 10 chapters. There are the 10 chapters. These 10 chapters also have consisting of 98 sections. 10 chapters consisted of 98 sections. Okay. Then we'll move on to the chapter 1. It contains preliminary information, some definitions also including in this chapter. The first chapter is containing of a preliminary information. Okay, preliminary information or important information, it's contained with the chapter 1. There are some definitions also which are included in the chapter 1. The first definition is psychiatric hospital or nursing home. What do you mean by psychiatric hospital nursing home? In the sense, a hospital or nursing home which is established or maintained by the government or any other person for the care of mentally ill person. That is the psychiatric hospital or nursing homes. Then we'll move on to the chapter 1. Next definition is psychiatrist. Who is the psychiatrist? He is a medical practitioner possessing a postgraduate degree or diploma in psychiatry recognized by the MCI. The next definition is mental ill person. What do you mean by mental ill person? A person who is in need of treatment by reason of any mental health disorder other than the mental retardation. That is the mentally ill person. A reception order. Next definition is reception order. An order made under the provisions of this act for the admission and detention of mentally ill person in a psychiatric hospital or nursing homes. Here a reception order in the sense on the order. An order, reception order in the sense an order which made under the provisions of this act for the admission, for the admission only we need to make this reception order, and detention of mentally ill patient. Okay, what do you mean by detention? Detention in the sense it is a imprisonment. Imprisonment means lawfully we need to hold a person, and if he does any mistakes or if he is behaving antisocially, okay, we need to hold that person lawfully and we need to remove all the freedom or we need to remove all the liberty from the people. That is like imprisonment. Detention in the sense imprisonment. Okay, even the detention of mentally ill person in a psychiatric hospital or nursing home. Then the outdated definitions based on newer concepts and knowledge. Some of the outdated definitions in the sense like previously they having other terms and nowadays they are using another terms. Okay, what are the changes has been occurred in the older terms and the newer terms? Now we will see that. Okay, the chapter 1 under outdated definitions based on newer concepts and knowledge. Old term, lunatic is the old term, the new term is mentally ill person. The old term is lunatic asylum, the new term is psychiatric hospital. The old term is criminal lunatic, now the new term is mentally ill prisoner. We need to remember these things. Okay, these are very important. Lunatic is the old term, now we are calling a mentally ill person. The previously they used to call lunatic. Okay, then the olden days they used to call lunatic asylum as a psychiatric hospital. Now we are calling as a psychiatric hospital. Previously they used to call a criminal lunatic, now they are calling a mentally ill prisoner. These are the outdated definitions based on the newer concept and the knowledge, old term and new term. Then the chapter second, it deals with the establishment of central and state authorities for regulation and coordination of mental health. What is the second chapter in the sense? The second chapter completely deals with establishment of central and state authorities for regulation and coordination of mental health services. Then the chapter third is which provides a guidelines for establishment and maintenance of psychiatric hospitals or nursing homes. Okay, the chapter third always provides guidelines. Okay, what to follow, which to follow, when to follow, that all the guidelines are established, and that may be given a maintenance for psychiatric hospitals and nursing homes. The chapter 4th is completely deals with procedure for admission and detention in psychiatric hospitals or nursing homes. Chapter 4 is consists of complete admission of the procedure for the admission of the patient or a client who is suffering with the mental illnesses, and detention in psychiatric hospitals or nursing homes. Detention in the sense those are antisocial behavior. The person we need to keep it in a psychiatric hospital or nursing homes. Now under the fourth chapter, the completely procedure of admissions. Here the types of admission we need to know in the psychiatry, in this act, in this chapter, fourth chapter. What are the types of admissions has been presented under the chapter fourth means. The first one is admission on voluntary basis. That is, I already said that there are the 10 chapters. Under the 10 chapter is consisted of 98 sections. Here the section 15 and section 16, based on these two sections, there will be admission on voluntary basis. Admission on voluntary basis based on the section 1, section 15 and section 16. Then the admission under authority order, that is the second type of admission. Then the third type of admission under special circumstances, it is based on the section 19. Okay, then again admission under authority or the order, again it is subdivided into admission under authority and order is reception on application based on the section 20. Section 20 is describing that reception on application. Section 23 is describing that reception on production before magistrate. Okay, what do you mean by magistrate? Magistrate in the sense he is a person, like he is a civil officer who administers the law. Okay, magistrate means he is a civil officer who administers the law. So okay, before reception on production before magistrate, that is under section 23. Under section 26, reception after inquest. Then admission and detention of mentally ill person. Okay, these are the types of admissions. Okay, the first we'll move on to the admission on voluntary basis. Admission on voluntary basis, any person who considers himself to be mentally, by name itself we can understand voluntarily means with his willingness, with his willingness, himself may come to the hospital and he may wish to admit. So any person who considers himself to be mentally ill, okay, he should understand his own, he should have a insight, like no, he's I am having a mental illness and I want to treatment and I want to admit in the hospital. So when he is aware of his own disease, and also he himself may come to the hospital and he wishes to be admitted in a psychiatric hospital and may apply to the medical officer in charge. He is in a minor. If he is a minor, the guardian can make this application. So when simply you cannot go and admit in the hospital, like when the patient is suffering with the physical disorders, they'll take a reception form, case sheet, and they'll admit in the hospital. It's not like that. For psychiatry it's completely different. Okay, we need to put one application to the like a medical officer in charge. Then the medical officer in charge also can take confirmations from the magistrate and all. So here also, if the patient comes for the admission voluntary basis, he need to put some application for the medical officer in charge. And if he is the minor, the person is the minor, then he is supposed to take help of the guardian. The guardian only should make some application on behalf of him. Admission on voluntary basis, and again the medical officer should, after putting application to the medical officer in charge, the medical officer in charge should make inquiry within 24 hours because so whether really he is having this problem or not, what are the causes, what are the factor, what are the problems he is suffering, so everything he need to take inquiry within 24 hours, and he after the inquiry, completion of inquiry, is supposed to admit the patient, and if he opines means based on his opinions the treatment is required. Okay, and the voluntary patient thus admitted is now bound to abide by the rules made by the institutions. Okay, he is supposed to abide means he is supposed to obey all the rules and regulations which is a medical psychiatric institution or nursing home is giving. Okay, then the admission under special circumstances. Okay, here the admission under special circumstances means any mentally ill patient who is unwilling for admission on a voluntary basis may be admitted and kept as an inpatient in a psychiatric hospital nursing home. Admission under special, if the patient, see for example, if the mentally ill patient is not willing to admit voluntarily, okay, if the mentally ill patient is not willing to go for the hospital for the admission means he may be admitted and kept as a inpatient in psychiatric hospital or nursing home. Okay, then for such purpose an application should be made out on his or her behalf of a relative or a friend of the mentally ill person, provided the medical officer deems fit. So, okay, if he is not willing to admit voluntarily in the hospital, mental ill patients means behalf of him, okay, a relative, a guardian or a friend need to bring that mental ill patient to the psychiatric hospital, and behalf of him they need to put some application to the medical officer. If the medical officer get permission for the magistrate, if the medical officers deems to fit for the treatment and all a particular person, even we can admit those candidates. The admission under special circumstances, like on application also only a relative not other than the husband, wife, guardian or a friend can make out an application for the admission of a mentally ill patient. Okay, so only a relative not other than, so only relative supposed to be make sure that only the relative supposed to admit the mental ill patient in the particular ward. Okay, under special circumstances. Okay, other than the husband, other than the wife, other than the guardian or friend, only relative having the permission to put that mental ill patient in the psychiatric hospital. Even the behalf of the psychiatric patient, mentally ill patients, the relative only need to write the application form to the like medical officers. Such an application should be made out to the magistrate in writing, supported by 2 medical certificates, one of them issued by a gazetted medical officer. Even that application should be goes to the medical magistrate, and again the 2 certificates they may get, and one of them issued by the, in the 2 certificates one of them issued by the gazetted medical officer. However, no person being a minor or one who has not seen mentally ill patient in the last 14 days can make such application. See, for example, if the person is minor, okay, if he is not minor, if the person is not minor, or if he is not seen any mental ill patient in the last 14 days, those candidates also can having the permission to write this application. The patient may now be admitted after the magistrate obtains consent from the medical officer of mental hospital. Okay, even after doing all these procedures under circumstances, this admission completely based on under circumstances. Okay, if the medical officer or magistrate after done of all the procedures, if he find that the patient need admission or the patient need treatment, okay, then the medical officer, then he may give the permission to admit. The medical officer can extend inpatient treatment to more than 6 months by making such applications to the magistrate. Only these application eligible for the 6 months. Okay, then on the production before magistrate. Here on the production before magistrate, in the sense like mentally ill patients exhibiting violent behavior, creating obscene scenes and dangerous to the society, can be detained by the police officer and produced into the court within 24 hours of such detention, supported by 2 medical certificates, subsequent to which the magistrate issue a reception order. Here on production before magistrate means, here in the sense like mental ill patient, if the mental ill patient is exhibiting violent behavior, antisocial behaviors, or if he is creating any nonsense scenes and all, and if the patient is dangerous to, or dangerous in the sense if he is injuring himself, or if the injuring society or other people also, if he is dangerous to the society, then those, like the community cannot able to bring that person to the hospital and all. Even only the police officer supposed to be involved in these situations. Okay, the police officers need to go for the particular community, and they need to bring that person, and means detention. He need to, they need to hold, based on the law they need to hold that particular mental ill patient, and they supposed to be admitted in the hospital. Okay, that also completely this work supposed to be. And after brought up the patient, even the police officer also should submit some documents to the court within 24 hours, and based on the what and why they brought that particular mental ill patient, what are the things has made the police officers to detain that patient, and all the report they supposed to submit within 24 hours to the court. Okay, even then the two medical certificate also they should have a two medical certificates, like behalf of a patient, like whatever the things are that has been faced in a particular community or family members and all, they supposed to make two medical certificates. Okay, then the subsequent to which the magistrate issue is a reception order. So after submitting that report order applications to the magistration, then they may take some orders. Admission in emergencies. In emergencies, in the sense, in the medical officer in charge any order the admission of mentally ill patient if he thinks he is dangerous to himself or others. However, the patient should be produced before the magistrate within 24 hours maximum time limit period, or the magistrate himself may visit the psychiatric hospital or nursing home and pass reception order on examinations. Admission in emergency in the sense some mental ill patients may develop immediate symptoms. So like we doesn't know why the patient may behave like that, we doesn't know why the patient is behaving like that. So immediately, so suddenly it may happen. Okay, suddenly the symptoms may found. Okay, in the emergency, on the emergency, if not the symptoms has been elevated, if the psychiatric symptoms has developed elevated, so in those conditions also, in the emergency even the medical officer in charge also may order the admission of a mental ill patient. Mean if the patient is in a critical situation, if the patient is in a critical position, if the patient is in a severe symptoms. Okay, so these conditions also will think he is dangerous to himself or he is dangerous to others. We should think of himself and others safety also as a medical officer in charge. And however, the patient should be produced before the magistrate within 24 hours. Okay, those patients we need to keep that patient in front of the magistrate within 24 hours. Okay, magistrate himself may visit the psychiatric hospital, nursing home, and he may pass some reception order on examination of the patient. Okay, the temporary treatment order. What temporary treatment order means? It is an order issued by the magistrate in cases where the risk is perceived to the patient's life or to that of others. Here it is an order issued by the magistrate. Okay, temporary treatment order in the sense this is complete, it's not a permanent admission or permanent treatment. Temporarily also we can give a treatment for the psychiatric patients, that also completely based on the order. Okay, like higher authority order. So it is an order which is issued by the magistrate. If until unless if it is not issued by the magistrate, we are not supposed to provide the treatment for the mental ill patient. So it is an order which is issued by the magistrate in cases where the risk is perceived to the patient's life or to that of the others. If magistrate or any officer have perceived that the particular person is in risk, if because of this person other may lose their lives, if they perceives like that, means temporary treatments also they can bring those candidates into the psychiatric hospitals, and temporary treatment also they can provide. If the medical officer in charge feels it necessary to bring legal authorities into picture, he can do so by applying to the magistrate. So, on the spot, if they brought that particular mentally ill patients, those who are at the risk, if they brought suddenly, if medical officer feels that yeah, we need to have some legal protections, legal authorities also, if medical officer in charges feels like that, even he can apply some applications to the magistrate also. Alternatively, the relatives also can get the magistrate to issue an order for the treatment. In such case, a single medical certificate is required, which is valid for the 6 months. Even other relatives also can apply some application to the magistrate that is valid for 6 months only for the treatment of the mental ill patient. The admission of mentally ill prisoners. Okay, what is the admission for mentally ill prisoner? Here, a mentally ill prisoner may be admitted in a mental hospital on the order of the presiding officer or court. Miscellaneous admissions. A mentally ill patient can be admitted either on humanitarian grounds or example wanderers for observation purpose. Okay. Here miscellaneous admission, miscellaneous other admissions in the sense rather than the relatives, rather than the friends, husband, wife, other siblings and all. Rather than that, if the patient have admitted in the hospitals by the like social workers and all, so that is will call as a miscellaneous admission. In the sense like humanitarian grounds, example wanderers in the sense who are the wanderers in the sense he is a person who travels aimlessly around rather than settling in one place. Like when we'll walk or when we'll go out for a tour and also we could see some of the mental patients roaming on the beside of the road and all. Okay, so completely they are the mental ill patients. Okay, even we cannot bring them to the hospitals and they won't allow also. So even social workers, those who are working for the society, those candidates can bring those mental ill patients to the hospital. Okay, and they can provide the treatment, and the social workers can obtain an order from the magistrate. Even for that also they should, social workers need to get some order from the magistrate and from the medical office. From the medical officer they supposed to apply some application to the magistrate. If the magistrate give orders, even social worker also can admit these wanderers in the psychiatric hospital. The chapter 5th. Till far we have completed chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 and chapter 5 also. Now we'll move on to the chapter 5th. Chapter 5th it completely deals mainly with the procedure to be followed for the discharge of mentally ill persons from a mental hospital under different circumstances. Okay, here the chapter 4th is completely based on the admission. The chapter 5th is completely deals with the discharge procedure of the mental ill person from the mental hospital or mental nursing home, psychiatric homes. Discharge procedure also has divided into 3. The first one is voluntary discharge under section 18. I already said there are the 98 sections in a 10 chapters. Okay, under 5th chapter discharge procedure. Under the discharge procedure, it under section 18 the voluntary discharge, under section 19 discharge under special admission, then the discharge in respect of admissions due to an order of an authority in all 5 types. Okay, these are the discharge procedures. The first we will move on to the discharge of a patient who is admitted on a voluntary basis. Okay, who admitted on a voluntary basis, how can we discharge them? Medical officer in charge of a psychiatric hospital or nursing home on recommendation from 2 medical practitioners, preferably a psychiatrist, can issue directions for discharge of the patients. Here who all are involved in the voluntary basis of admission of the patient for the discharge purpose means here 2 medical practitioners and 1 psychiatrist should give issue or for the directions for the discharge of the patient. Okay, and they should have some recommendations from the medical officer in charges also. Even psychiatric and nursing practitioners need to get recommendations from the medical officers for voluntary discharge of the patient. The discharge of a patient who is admitted on a special circumstances. Okay, who admitted on a special circumstances, a relative or a friend may make an application to the medical officer for care and custody of the patient. See, if we want to under special if the patient admitted under special circumstances, then how can we can discharge that candidate? Means even because the behalf of him because he's not coming voluntarily, he's not admitted voluntarily. Some other people have come and admitted him, like maybe relatives, maybe friends, maybe guardians, and also here completely responsible of the this particular patient is a relatives or a friend. Okay, as a relative or a friend supposed to make an application to the medical officer for care and custody of the patients. Okay, they supposed to tell to the medical, they supposed to write a letter to the medical officer stating that we are the responsible for complete care and we can keep a custody of the patient. And then the relatives are required to furnish a bond with or without sureties, along with an undertaking that the mentally ill person shall be prevented from causing injury to self or others. Okay, even the relatives need to have a requirement to the medical officer stating that even after discharging of the patients, if we take him to the home also, like no, there we are the responsible person, he is not supposed to harm himself, or is not supposed to harm other self. Okay, so these are the also we are the responsible for him. So these are the things they need to mention in that particular application, and that application supposed to be submitted to the like medical officer in charges. Okay, surety, they supposed to give a surety, relatives or friends supposed to be a surety for this. Then the discharge of a patient admitted on reception order. Okay, if the discharge of a if the patient admitted on reception order means how we can discharge those patient means an applicant who feels that the patient has recovered from illness may make an application for discharge to the magistrate. A certificate should accompany such an application from medical officer in charge of the psychiatric hospital or nursing home. If magistrate deems fit, he may issue an certificate. Okay, here applicant in the sense who applied before admission. Okay, reception order in the sense who admitted the patient on the basis of reception order. Okay, those applicant if he feels that patient has recovered completely, okay, from his illness, if applicant feels like that, even he can make an application for the discharge of the patient to the magistrate. Okay, here the magistrate give one certificate, and that certificate should be come from the medical officer in charges of the psychiatric hospital or nursing homes. After this application goes to the magistrate from the medical officer, and even the medical magistrate should feels that, so he feels that yeah, he is fit for the discharge and he has completely recovered from the his illness. If he feels like that, and he can issue the order for discharge procedure. The first, how the procedure starts for discharge means, first we need to apply to the as a applicant, okay, who admitted the patient voluntarily or involuntary. Voluntarily means same patient, if involuntary means either maybe relatives, friends, or family members. Okay, those candidates should apply some they need to apply some letter in written format, then a certificate from medical officer in charge of psychiatric hospital or nursing home, then the magistrate issues an order. So first as a applicant we need to write an application to the medical officer, then the medical officer that same letter he may forward it to the magistrate. A magistrate, after observing, after checking everything, he may order like if he feels that he is fit for discharge, then he may give order, he may issue the orders. Discharge of a patient admitted by the police. Okay, discharge of a patient, how can a police can admit a patient in the sense, that is the what I said, when the patient like behaving antisocially, aggressive behavior, violent behavior, either he is injuring himself, he is harming himself, either he is harming other or injuring other people. Okay, these are all the antisocial behaviors and all. When these all the things has been found in a particular mental ill patient, even community and the parent or family members or friends unable to brought him to the psychiatric hospital, so only the police officer is supposed to be involved in this situation. Okay, the police officers need to bring that candidate to the psychiatric hospitals, and he need to put some application to the medical officer, then the medical officer give that application to the magistrate. If the magistrate gives orders, then we can start the treatment. So here comes, if those situations, if the police if the police officer admitted a patient, okay, how can we discharge that patient? If he is cured from his illness, how can will discharge? Means in cases where the police detain the mentally ill individual in the hospital, he may be discharged after the family members agree in writing to take proper care. The medical officer in charge opines that he is fit to be discharged. Here also family members need to be involved. Even the police officer also may come, and the police officer need to speak with the family members, and the family members need to give one surety to the medical officers as well as the magistrate of the nursing or psychiatric hospital, stating that we are the responsible persons for take caring of the patient, and we are the responsible persons. We are the patient is not harmful to the himself or not harmful to the others. We are the responsible. These are the things they need to mention in a letter. Then the medical officer, based on his opinions, if he is the fit for the discharge, they may issue the order for the discharge. Discharge of mentally ill prisoner. How can will discharge mentally ill prisoner? Mentally ill patients, they will have a separate psychiatric hospitals for prisoners also. The hospital authorities have to report every 6 months about the person's state of mind to authority which had ordered detention. Okay, detention in the sense like lawfully holds the person if he is having antisocial behaviors and all, and will complete imprisonment. That is completely detention means imprisonment. Okay, even the hospital authorities every 6 months they supposed to report to the higher authorities. Okay, as soon as they find that person is fit to stand the trials, means see after treatment, under the treatment, after see if we found as a medical or as a psychiatric practitioner, if we found that the particular mental ill prisoner have recovered from his mental illness, if we found like that, even they have to inform about the same to the higher authority concerned. The person is handed over to the prison officer for further legal actions. Okay, we cannot directly, we cannot discharge the patient to go to the home. It's not like that. So first we need to check out whether he is the fit for discharge or not, either completely he have recovered from his illness or not. After that, if we found that he is completely recovered or he is fit for the discharge, after the discharge we need to hand over that mental ill prisoner to the prisoner officer. Then they need to take a further legal actions. Then the level of absence under section 45, leave of absence. Okay, leave of absence in the sense all application by a relative or others to the medical officer in charge and a bond delay signed stating that the patient will be taken proper care and prevented from injuring self or others, leave of absence may be granted. See, it is not it's not like complete discharge, permanent discharge, only temporary discharge, like around maximum 60 days period. Okay, they will give some leaves. Okay, even the mental ill patient also having this right or this opportunity, even they can go for leave 60 days and all. Even behalf of the mental ill patient, relative or family member or friends need to write one letter stating that we are the responsible person, we will take care of the will give a proper care to the patient, and we will prevent all the injuries for himself, and will prevent all the injuries for other sakes also. We are not allow the patients to do harmful for himself, or he is not we are the responsible is not harmful to the others also. If they write this letter, if that letter goes to the medical officer, from the medical officer's magistrate, from the magistrate, if the magistrate allows that, then they can the patient also can go for leave. That is based on the under section 45, they are having the rights to go for leave. Okay, maximum period is 60 days.